Hello everyone and welcome to another custom figure showcase and another updated custom figure showcase, because I have decided, or I did decide, as you can see, to update my Series 10 Master to make his costume a bit more screen accurate. I was very pleased with my original version, but the more after I rewatched Series 10 and the more I looked at it, I kind of realised that it didn't look that great at all, and I could have done much better. In my rush to get out the first version, it was something that I neglected to put work into as much as I could have. And in many ways, it's a lesson when it comes to doing customs. If you try and rush things, then the results don't come out as good as you'd hoped. And partly the reason I didn't rush it as such, I did rush it, but I didn't rush it as such because I couldn't sculpt or I didn't think I could sculpt the proper outfit, and so I didn't bother to try. But obviously, as you can see, I have tried, and I think it's worked out very well. The other reason for wanting to do this is because recently we have seen that we are getting a First Doctor Adventures series with Big Finish, and we're also getting to see the first incarnation of the Master. And he appears to have the same type of outfit as the Master in Series 10. Now, the very good reason for this is because they've reused the promo picture of John Sim to put the Master's outfit together. But it is definitely a figure I would like to make, and so I would like to make. I thought, I definitely want to make the first Master. But obviously, that does mean having to sculpt the outfit. And I thought, well, if I'm going to sculpt the outfit, I'm going to have to sculpt it to look like it is in Series 10. So I thought, well, why not revamp my Master Series 10 custom and use that as a kind of trial test run to see if I can do it. And it turns out I can, and here it is. So I'm... I would hesitate to say I'm very pleased with how this came out, because it is slightly rough around the edges. For example, if we look at the back, you can see where it is slightly rough, but obviously when you only ever see it from the front, you're never really going to see it from there. And obviously, as I hope you can see on camera, I have added some red lining around the edge of the jacket, just to make it stand out a bit more, because when you see it from the front, or when you see it from that angle, it does just look like it's solid black all over. So that just sort of makes it stand out. Obviously, I've also added some red under the collar, because obviously he does have red under the collar, and also red inside. So yeah, for people wondering, the base for this was a Nick Cutter Green Jacket Primeval figure. Or at least that's the torso base. The legs are from a Sherlock figure, because that's what I originally had for the base of the figure. The head is just the normal Series 3 Master head that I've obviously repainted and sculpted on the beard. That's all the same. But yeah, the jacket is a green Nick Cutter jacket. The reason I wanted to use that was partly because it had the collar, which looked right, but also because I've got another one spare, which I'm going to use for the James Dreyfus Master, the first Master. And so I just thought this would be a good one to see if I could make it with this, because then I've already got all the parts I need to do another one. So basically what I've done for this is cut off all the pockets. Obviously, as you can see on the back, where I've trimmed off the pockets there, they're still slightly rough, but I've cut off all of the pockets and flaps and things like that. And then essentially this from here to sort of the same side there, I've basically... I had a bit of just plain A4 paper that I cut to shape around the back here, and then glued it on the inside of the jacket, and then I used that as a template to sculpt on with Milliput the extension for the jacket on the outside. And it also meant that once it had dried, I could take the paper off of the interior, and it meant that the extension did stay where it was. Obviously, you can see where the two join up. It isn't perfect, but at a distance, it does look all right, or I think it looks all right anyway. He's a little bit unsteady on his feet. I think it does look alright. And then, as you can see, I've sculpted on over the front to have the extra overlapping. I've sculpted on the bottom pieces, and then the only other thing I've done is I've cut off. This is the normal side of the collar, and then this side has been sculpted on, so it is slightly flatter down. And then obviously I've added in the collars on the shirt and just painted those. And then these parts, which are sort of, I don't know, it looks like he's almost got another jacket underneath this, but it could be just that there are extra folds and fabrics on this particular jacket that he's wearing overall. But these parts are literally just A4 paper that I have stuck on the inside of the jacket and glued into place and then painted black. And that's basically it, really. It was a difficult, bearing in mind I'm still not great when it comes to sculpting. It was difficult, it was challenging, but it certainly provided insight into sculpting, and I don't know if my James Dreyfus one is going to be any better than this, but this was at least proof to myself that, you know, thinking, right, I can do this, I can sculpt this, I can make it look, you know, I can make it look better. It's not perfect, and in future I might find that I decide to sort of do the easiest way of doing something first and then go and update it later. But that's, in many ways, that's part of the fun of customs for me, because it challenges me and it challenges what I want to do. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this figure. Much more pleased than the original version. Do I have, for example, I mean, here's the original coat that I had, which is, you know, I'm fairly pleased with how I managed to trim that down and everything. But you kind of look at that, and then you look at what I've actually done here, and you can see just how much more better than the original version this is. I still hope that we get an official figure like this in future. If we do, then I will probably... I'll definitely keep this version, but if we do get an official figure in future, I will probably, if I haven't already done it, use that as the basis for the James Dreyfus Master figure, but we shall see. I personally don't think we're going to see one of these anytime soon, but you never know. That is all for this video, and that is my updated Series 10 Master. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and be sure to check out the description below for a link to my Patreon. There is an exclusive webcomic and rewards to people who support it, and the funding generated by my Patreon helps me fund future videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.